Hey guys, today I'm actually gonna be doing a video on how I make my De-Novos. Woo! Yeah, first, what I start by doing is getting all these secondary structures and separating them. So, make all the helices, just helices, loops, what have you. Uh, What I like to do is leave at least one loop at the end of each secondary structure to give it a little bit more give in the secondary structure. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what I do. I don't like to leave just one secondary structure alone when you do, or when I do cut points, just because they don't act right when they wiggle. So I usually just leave it as two because it's not that big of a deal to have just one more on top of that. Then, you keep going. It's actually one of the quickest parts of doing all this. Having two is fine. That works good. Sorry if I'm moving this around a lot. Alright. Next, what I like to do is just use rebuild to get all the helices, make them all nice and arranged. And just leave them after you rebuild them real quick. So, yeah, you just do this for all your helices. They don't have to be perfect, they just need to be usable. Alright, and then, once this is done, I think this is the last helice. Then you kind of want to start moving, you want to start to try to move everything to the middle. So it doesn't really matter if it's, we're supposed to go, that's what I want to say. Just try to move everything to the middle, otherwise your screen's going to be cluttered to no end. You don't have to move the loops in just yet, but do definitely try to get your main secondary structures in there, because this is going to be what you're going to use to make your De-Novo. Alright, almost done. Alright, so I'll probably do this a little bit better. This over here, this over here, this over here, this over here. And you don't really have to do everything how I do it, this is just what I do. So, with that in mind, let's get this party started. So, next what I like to do is turn on all my side chains. I then like to kind of look at the sheets to determine what sheets are going to connect to each other, because you're at least going to have a pair of sheets connect to each other, otherwise it wouldn't be sheets. So I like to find the ones that are similar in size and connect those. And usually this works out very well, like these two for example. This goes here, and flip this around, flip that around, yep, and sorry if my stuff's all messy, probably gonna keep apologizing for that, but it's just a warning. It's a process. It's a process. Let's move this. Yes, you're gonna see me adjust my sheets a lot and do other things. This will probably take about a half hour, so just be warned. It's gonna be quick. I guess it's quicker than most people. Like Alwyn, for example, take forever apparently, forever and a day. Okay, that was mean. She didn't say she took forever. She was just jealous of how quickly I did it. Alright, so I know I got those two together. Try to line them up as best as you can. make them all nice and straight, excellent, you know, seeing the good hydrogen bonding and, you know, excellent clash clearing. It's a good sign that they're lined up pretty well. So that's a start. I at least know that those two are together. With that, I can now see that this is over here. Didn't want to do that. So I know that this loop is over here, and it's a short one, so that means that this sheet is very close to these two right here, these two. So I don't really know what I want to do with this yet. I'll just put it over here, it's close. Let's see, what else is connected to this? This over here. This is a four segment loop. So, or actually 6 segments if you want to include these two. That's enough for a decent turn and having another set of sheets. My guess is that it is another set of sheets because of the size difference between them. Notice how these are like probably 10, 12 segments long. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 on each of them, whereas this one's only about 6. So that right there gives me a hint that they're different sheets. So I will actually keep this one separate for now. Let's see, also, what you kind of want to do is look at the hydrophobes while you're doing this. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining this, but hydrophobes are important. That's why I always keep my exposeds on. I don't know if that's how you say it. Yeah, I always keep those on so I know where my hydrophobes are exposed, so I know like what I can do to cover them later. All right, back to this. So as I said, with the size difference in the sheets, these two are probably going to go together. Maybe this one as well. That's what I think anyway. So I'll do that. I'll just put them over here. I don't necessarily know what order they go in right now. Because this one is all blue, I'm guessing this one goes near the end of it. And this one has a couple hydrophobes on that side, a couple hydrophobes on that side. So let's flip this around. And let's flip this one. And let's see. Can we flip this one around again? Yes, we can. So then I'll put these next to each other. I also kind of try to make all my sheets anti-parallel. I believe that's the proper term for them. Anti-parallel is this right here. See how all the sheets are, or all the bonds are going straight down and they're parallel? That means they're anti-parallel. It's confusing, but that's how they are. Sheets are way more likely to bond like this, so it's a lot more likely that that's actually closer to the native if you're, if you're anti-parallel. So putting that like that. Next, what was I doing? Oh, I totally just bonded that to the wrong one. Didn't mean to do that. Control Z a little bit, I guess. Whoops. Whoops, guys. Not intended. True test. Are they anti-parallel? Let's see. Not anti-parallel. No, they are. They are. Fantastic. Yeah. So as I said earlier, my screen's a mess because of all the little backbone, the cut points, blue lines everywhere make a mess. They're troublesome. All right. So there's glycine right there, I guess. Now that I have that, and most of my hydrophilics are on one side, I guess, what do I want to do? Which one's easier? Let's look at that. Well, I at least know those two are connected. I'm going to put this over here for now. I don't necessarily know where it goes, but I'm going to put it next to it. I'm going to put it next to it and just make it yellow. That way I know it goes there, I don't necessarily know where. This as well, because it is 2 sheets, it's very likely that this won't need a lot of remodeling in order to look good. So I'm just going to put this there. Because this is a short seg, I will move on and just... I guess this will have to go over here. I hate when I have to separate them. It's always nice when I can do that. That was kind of perfect. Just a little bit off, but pretty close. Alright, ooh, messed that up. There, anti-parallel. Good. Let's see. So from what I can see on this so far, there's a smattering of hydrophobes on this sheet. So chances are that some of these helices, which have just a side of hydrophobes, are going to go onto that on one side or the other, probably both. I don't know if these hydrophobes are connected right here. Actually, but let's see. Give me 1 sec. That'd actually be pretty convenient if they were. I'm gonna try this. So right now, I'm actually gonna try just putting these two together because I noticed that hydrophobes will line up if I do that. See right here how it just kind of connects them? That's convenient for me because then if I get just one sheet, or not one sheet, one helix, I can just close and bury all those hydrophobes, which is fantastic for me. So that's always good. The more hydrophobes you have buried, that's fantastic. I know I'm going to say that word a lot, but it means you're closer to the native structure, which means you're most likely going to score more points. So that's always good. And now that this is over here, I don't really know what I want to do with this now. That's kind of sucky. I have the option. Well, it's all hydrophobe, so it's going to be connected. The only place I can really put it without doing much is this side right over here. I'm going to flip it around. So I'm going to try and put it right here. Alright, so that's good. They lined up all anti-parallel. Yeah, that's convenient, I guess. It's gonna be interesting. Alright. So I'm just gonna put that over there. Cleans up some space. I don't like that. Then I'm just going to freeze that and pull that over. It's a technique I use a lot to just kind of do some to do some remodeling without actually rebuilding. And it's a little bit more convenient because it allows you to do a little bit more in terms of getting stuff where you want them without messing everything up. It's always a plus. Now I'm going to move this over here. It's over there. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let's see. So I've got a lot of hydrophobes right in that general area. And then I also have quite a few hydrophobes on the end over here. So my guess is that one of the helices is going to go right here in this area. And then one of them is going to go on this side over here near the end. Because I have 3 helices, I'll probably put one somewhere else depending on kind of where I have some extra hydrophobes at. So this connects over here. Whoops. This connects over here. Let's see, was this the longest one? Because this is the longest one, I will probably put this on the bottom. Actually, let's see if I... Oh, yeah, no. I'll put this on the bottom right over here. Makes it nice and convenient because I noticed that both of these ends go like that. Make sure you do have your helice facing the right way. Mine isn't at the moment. Try to make sure all the hydrophobes are on bottom, many as you can anyway, and trying to go for something a little bit flat like I am at the moment. Try to also level it out and make it even with the sheets. That way you can get the most amount of hydrophobes buried. So let's move this here. Shake a little bit. Let's drop it down to about 0.5. In the beginning I like to shake at 0.5 because I don't really care about the clashing. I care about stuff being buried in the right area, stuff, you know, just I care about my hydrophobes being buried. That's how I gauge how well I'm doing in terms of making a De-Novo. Let's see. Okay, I think my shake is almost done, or done about as much as it could anyway. Now I'm going to put this over here, close to this one. Notice I have to rotate my screen a lot. It's one of the things I don't like about Fold It, but something I've just gotten used to. Alright. So yeah, see how this one also has hydrophobes on the bottom? Means that half of it's going to be exposed and half of it isn't. So pick a couple hydrophobes that are close to this one and bury them. I'll put mine right over here, as you can see. And then I'll just drop it down. Clash is created. You're going to need to, what I do anyway is twist it a lot. So that probably buried those. If not, this is probably going to do it. Sometimes depending on the actual, I hate voids, turn them off. Depending on the actual angle of the protein, it may not, the secondary structure anyway, it may not bury all of them at once. So just mess with it a little bit until you see it go away. Or drop it down. Dropping it down generally helps, but then you might get into some clashes like right there. Then just shake again. Should have buried it. So now that you kind of have that in place, move this and try to make both of these yellow. It's going to help a lot. So you got that. Cool. Alright. Let's freeze this and kind of pull this towards this. And I'm a little bit all over the place when I do this, but I always do try to get my sheets out of the way first and in some proper arrangement. That way I have some basis to start off with. I think sheets are your friend, so I like trying to make them look nice. You don't always get them yellow in the beginning, but you can, it'll be fine. So lock this one, pull this up. Alright. Got like 2 more secondary structures to place. This isn't actually how my first one looked with this one. My first one looked a little bit different. It was broken up into 3 sheets and 2. I don't know why I decided to do this time, but I guess every time I kind of want to do it a little bit different. Alright, now, as I said earlier, I wanted one on top of these over here. So, kind of figure out which side's your top side, which is your bottom side, flip it accordingly, and then kind of adjust to make sure that you know you'll have the backbone constraints all good. Close your cut points. Alright, this over here. And then this last one over here, I'm going to just grab it and bring it over here and try to bury the last couple exposeds. Looks good to me. I guess it would help if that was right there. Alright, so this is primarily what I do to make my De-Novos. Now I'll probably turn this one into a loop, and yeah, so it has a little bit more give right there. Alright, that's it for this video, I guess. Thanks for watching.